Imagine this. You've reached the twilight of your life, and you're taking a final glance over your shoulder. What legacy have you carved into the annals of history? What tales will echo through time long after you've departed this world? Today, we're delving deep into the essence of immortality, not through living forever, but by leading a life so memorable that it defies the sands of time. The true hallmark of a victorious combatant isn't merely his skills in the fray, but the innermost focus that rivals the intensity of laser beams. Remember, gents, always stay true to your core, maintain unwavering faith in your abilities, and never succumb to the folly of comparison. The real face-off is the daily one you encounter when gazing at your reflection. The mastery of your thought process is paramount. Never become a puppet of mere mental whims. Likewise, it's not external voices that should drive you, but rather the profound whispers of your innermost self. Just as a boulder in your path is not a hindrance but rather the very road you must walk, retreat inward, there lies your route to greatness. Excellence is not a singular act but a habitual trait. Courage, the grandest virtue, sits at the forefront of the mind, proudly beside honor. Remember, there's no merit in dwelling on the past. Your path lies ahead. Approach the world not with trepidation but with the audacity to meet whatever fate has destined. Fan the flames of your focus and let your hardship fuel your ambition. Embrace life voraciously, as if every moment could be your last. When you hear the whispering doubt brought forth by the devil, let your response thunder through the tempest. I am the storm. Embrace discomfort now and reap the life of a champion forevermore. True masters of combat remain calm and collected, their minds unshaken by fear or anger. The enlightened win their battles before they're even fought, while the naive battle only to claim the spoils of victory. Life may not always unfold as planned. Don't despair, don't concede. Those who press on will collect the laurels in the end. When your reserves feel depleted, and you think you can't muster another ounce of strength, remember, it's that very last round that redefines your life. Gratitude for life's trials, setbacks, and adversaries is a must. They are the crucible of your warrior spirit. This notion of a warrior, it's not simply the average man, but the one who applies his tenacity to love, to growth, and stands prepared to give his very essence to the cause he upholds. He is the tempest personified. For today's night, the lifelong odyssey of learning never ceases. Warriors transcend the petty standards of others, living life adhering to their own values and honor code. They never forfeit what they cherish, rather, find empowerment in their pursuits. Let's talk real talk, friends. Victory isn't allotted to the faint-hearted, it's reserved for those willing to pay the ultimate price. You, warriors of ambition, do not recoil, do not relent. Take up arms and fight, for you tread a path of righteousness and virtue. Feel the beating heart within you when the dawn breaks, when every challenge seems insurmountable. That's when your warrior spirit fuels your determination. Your why becomes the catalyst, the essence that keeps the battle raging, even when your limbs can barely stand. In this life, we find true glory not in never failing but in rising after each fall. We forge our existence through adversity and in turn, perfect our own imperfections. Remember, tough times lie ahead, but so do days of jubilation. Clashing fervently, the heart of a lion guides you. The fabric of your warrior soul must endure and must never wither. This very spirit is the foundation upon which your saga will be built, sculpting a legend that time itself cannot erode. As we dive deeper into this concept of the mighty warrior, remember that tribulations merely serve to reveal one's truest self. The mind, a beacon not to be filled with mindless chatter, but ignited with passion and wisdom. The prudent are distinguished by their silence, and it's often the small opportunities that herald the dawn of grand endeavors. Embrace what you possess, do not lament what escapes your clutch. Recall, fervently, that which you now cherish was once but a distant longing. The inception of your journey is the pivotal moment that weaves your legacy into the lives of those you touch. The constancy of life is change, and excellence transforms from mere action into innate habit. True contentment is ours for the taking. It's an inner sanctuary, not a purchase. Overcome the trepidation of others' judgments, for when you break those chains, the game changes. Fall 7 times? Stand up 8. The warrior's mindset is what lifts the mighty from the meek. Now, fellow warriors, it takes conviction to step onto the battlefield, not as a foot soldier, but as a supreme commander. A strong heart throbs within your chest, guiding you fearlessly, competently through life's intricacies. In every duel that life throws at you, remember, it's the man willing to go the distance for his cause that prevails. What could your life blossom into if you approached each day with unshakable confidence in your prowess? Make no mistake, to become indestructible, to remain steadfast in your pursuits, is an odyssey within arm's reach. Measure the breadth of your spirit and maintain your unassailable position. There's an immortal warrior within each of you, whispering in the shadows of your fears. He commands you to confront terrors that most would rather ignore. This warrior knows no bounds in the face of judgment and delivers no quarter on himself. Only through braving our fears can we honestly forge our legacy. Now, let's turn this into action. Let's wield this forged blade of wisdom in the pursuit of our goals. Make sure to take a second to fuel the fire of this community. If this message resonated with you, subscribe, like, and ring that notification bell. By doing so, you're not just supporting the channel, but you're embarking on the transformation towards the warrior within. I implore you, act with the heart of a lion. Forge your own path, face the challenges, and live with pride in your conviction. Embrace that valor, my friends, for we are shaping modern legends, and this is where your story becomes etched in history. Tell me, from the wisdom laid bare today, what steps will you take to awaken the warrior within? Stand tall, unwavering, and stride into your legacy. Imagine this. You wake up and realize the life you've lived so far is not the one you dreamed of. Let's clear one thing right off the bat: settling for an unfulfilling existence? That's off the table. Because when external voices quiet down and the silence speaks, what echoes is the untapped potential within you. And as Max Sterling, I'm about to lay it all out: why settling is not an option and how to actively sculpt the life you yearn for. I stand before you, not just as a man who's maneuvered through life's hurdles, but as an embodiment of unwavering resolve. A published author, a devoted family man, an entrepreneur, I championed this journey with no footsteps to follow, but a determination as fierce as a blizzard. Cast off the cradle of excuses. Recognize them for what they are: comfort's lullabies that smother progress. Comfort may be a snug harbor, but it's also a barren land where no seeds of success take root. Many crave the summit but balk at the ascent. Don't be one who gazes at the peak through windows of pretext. Confronting life's adversities is not for the faint-hearted. It requires cutting through the cacophony of naysayers and the chains of doubt. Divine providence may hand you a vision, but only your resolve can birth it into existence. If it were easy, wouldn't we all be draped in triumph? But the pursuit is arduous, a trial by fire to refine the gold within. Picture the headwinds life may hurl at you, the setbacks, the losses that sting with the fury of 1,000 wasps. I've been there at the junctures where paths fade and the night seems endless. But it is in those very moments that champions carve their legacies. Take a look at me, a living testament carved not from ease, but resilience. Because when the auditorium stood empty, when applause was but an echo of desire, I found rhythm not in claps but in heartbeats that thumped to the cadence of dreams. I urge you now to stand defiant in the face of mediocrity. Transform each glimmer of potential into a blaze that lights up the world. Be the barrier breaker, legacy creator, a beacon for those lost in the drudgery of good enough. Remember, with every tick of the clock, the same 24 hours are allocated to every soul on this spinning globe. How will you invest yours? Will you squander them in the chase of fleeting pleasures, or will you seize them to craft a masterpiece of a life? Here's the simple truth: success doesn't discriminate, it's an open invitation. But it demands you rise from the quicksand of comfort, from the abyss of the ordinary. You have a war to wage against the ordinary, a war to march into the extraordinary. Imagine leapfrogging over life's barricades with the agility of a puma, leaving fear as a speck in your rearview mirror. It's time to kindle the embers of self-belief, to stoke the flames until they're an inferno no one can extinguish. And understand this: footprints in history are made, not by basking in the glow of easy days, but by slogging through the storms. Each step you take is a testament to your courage, each hurdle you clear, a vault to greatness. Today, right now, is your turning point. It's not tomorrow, not some abstract someday. It's this very moment, this heartbeat, this breath where your transformation takes wing. But it demands an unwavering assurance in your personal ethos. And gentlemen, believe me when I say a subscribing click isn't just a show of support to this channel. It symbolizes your pledge to not just watch life from the sidelines but to dive into its throes headfirst. Hit subscribe, like, ring that notification bell, and witness how these actions manifest the very essence of change in your life. I speak to those souls suffocated by doubt, to the ones who carry the weight of whispered, never could be's. The path to your dream is laid with the bricks of unwavering self-belief. Wear your aspirations like armor, and let the clatter of critique ricochet off without leaving a mark. Financial wisdom, real estate acumen, adeptness in digital marketing, the knack of navigating the treacherous tides of personal finance. These aren't just skills. They are weapons in your arsenal as you march toward a life beyond the constricting bounds of mediocrity. This isn't about embracing what's possible, it's about challenging the impossible. As your staunch ally, I implore you, in a voice firmer than the staunchest oak, be relentless, be unyielding, be the living, breathing epiphany of your own potential. So, when the final echoes of this message fade, I leave you with this: which steps are you ready to take? Which corners of your life are you prepared to illuminate? Because this is not just about consuming content, it's about sparking transformation. What will you do, starting now, to reshape your world? Remember, the hallmark of the truly extraordinary is the ripple they leave in the annals of time. Make yours count.